Another day, another shoot for Vogue Baby at Hollywood's top studio. Cameras pointed everywhere, but I didn't even flinch.
All right, Rumi, when I say action, start posing. 3, 2, 1, action!
And boom! I popped up and went full-on model mode. The shoot wrapped up earlier than planned, and Mom rushed over and planted kisses all over me.
My sweet baby, you really are a genius little model.
Hi, I'm Rumi. I'm 15 and I've got 15 years of influencer experience. Yep, you heard me. I was basically born viral. Back then, I looked like an actual angel. Mom posted one random pic of me online and it exploded. Then she realized I had this weird talent. I was insanely camera sensitive.
Aw, sweetie. Wait, I thought you hated broccoli?
I love broccoli. Gotta eat veggies to be a healthy baby.
Every time a camera turned my way, I flipped my whole mood like a coin. So Mom started filming more, mainly to trick me into eating greens. Those videos gradually blew up by at 5. I had my own fan group and was one of the youngest kids to ever hit Hollywood's red carpet. At 15, I was still that perfect golden child. Smart, sweet, knew everything. Moms everywhere were obsessed.
Oh my gosh, it's little Rumi. You're adorable. Here's some candy, sweetie. You used to love these.
Thank you so much. It's delicious. I love it.
They didn't stop praising me even as they walked away. And the second they did, I tossed the candy straight into the trash.
If you don't like it, just say so. You don't have to fake everything.
Gotta protect the image. I am the national sweetheart. Oh my god, my house cleaning video's blowing up. Everyone loves me.
But you barely cleaned anything in that video.
In the clip, I was holding a mop, face all messy but cheerful, shouting, "A cleaning house day." In reality, I cleaned for 5 minutes tops.
Mom, turn off the camera.
You're doing great. Why stop now?
As soon as she did, I dropped the mop and stretched. My back was killing me. I'd been bait cleaning forever just to get enough footage for YouTube.
You finish it, Mom. I'll film again once the place is spotless.
Seriously, you'd never survive without me.
Please, I can do anything as long as there's a camera. People adore me, not you.
Then out of nowhere, my grumpy mom brought home this good-looking dude and hit me with a bomb.
I'm going on a 1-month world trip with my new boyfriend.
What the fudge? Who's gonna film my videos, take me to shoots, help me?
This is Jinu. He'll help you while I'm gone. He might not look it, but he's actually super handy.
And just like that, she packed her suitcase and peaced out, leaving me with some random guy who didn't look reliable at all. I bolted awake. 10 I had a shoot at 11. Mom usually woke me up. I called Jinu, but that dude was still half asleep. 30 minutes later, he finally dragged himself over. I jumped into his car because we were already late. He took off acting confident. And then we hit the next crisis.
You're lost? What kind of assistant are you?
Can you check the GPS for me? Just read it out loud.
I don't even know how this thing works.
We finally showed up at the studio, 2 hours late.
No makeup, and you're always prepped and early.
Well, yeah, Mom usually did everything. The shoot still turned out fine, but I had no idea this was just the start of a whole mess. Over time, I realized Mom had left me a total wrecking ball. Jinu was a clumsy, chaotic disaster. The first time I tried live streaming, he spent an hour setting up and still messed it up.
Hi everyone, I'm Rumi.
I stared wide-eyed as my phone screen suddenly went completely black.
I just thought you needed water, so
That first week after Mom left, I was about to explode. And just when I thought it couldn't get worse, life kept hitting me with the L's. For the first time ever, I got hate comments online.
She was so rude on her live stream. And late, too.
Probably just teenage hormones. So much for the nation's baby.
Just when I was choking on frustration, Mom called.
Hey, sweetheart. Everything okay back home?
I want you to come back right now.
Aw, independence. Too hard already missing mommy?
No, I mean I'm doing great actually. Stay out as long as you want.
Great. I'll make it 2 months then. Love is in the air. But hey, don't force yourself to act perfect all the time. You're still young, baby. YOLO a little.
Now I had no choice but to prove I could handle it. I had to show her I was still the same flawless, unstoppable girl. Even flying solo. How hard could it be?
We've got a situation. This place is a pigsty. We need to clean.
I've actually never cleaned anything for real. I suck at it.
But you're great in the videos.
That's because the second a camera turns on, I flip into go mode. Turn it off, I'm basically useless.
Hey, I've got an idea.
So Jinu plopped the camera right in the middle of the house, and I started scrubbing. Dishes, sweeping, watering plants, cooking. Chaotic but surprisingly smooth. I spent the whole day whipping the place into shape. Every moment was captured, and all I had to do was upload and soak in the prey.
What the fudge, Jinu? You forgot to hit record. All my hard work just went down the drain. Now there's not gonna be a day 2 cleaning house video.
Oh snap, my bad technical glitch. But hey, the place looks amazing now, right?
I stared at him and then cracked up. The day was exhausting, but kind of awesome. Honestly, not a bad luck. 1 point for Rumi. From that day on, I figured out how to survive without mom. Set cameras, I pick up everything. Managing my schedule, finding places with GPS, doing my own makeup, editing, cooking. The chaos didn't stop. And yeah, Jinu still goofed up sometimes, but I handled it.
You did good, Rumi. Congrats on learning something new.
Like that forgives his screw-ups, but I had to admit, life outside the camera frame was bigger, brighter, and kinda beautiful. Then I opened Jinu's video folder and got hit with a full-on jump scare. None of the polished moments made it in. Instead, it was me screaming with eyeliner stuck in my eye, or aggressively scrubbing a toilet like I was in battle.
How am I supposed to post this trash?
You could do first time makeup fail or toilet bowl showdown, cleaning day edition.
This will wreck my image. I'm supposed to be perfect.
But in the end, I had no choice. If I didn't post it, I had nothing for the channel. As expected, the parents in my fan base looked super disappointed. I lost a bunch of my loyal fans, and guess I was too different from the sweet little angel they used to love.
Wow, even she struggles learning new stuff. Relatable, love it.
Seeing her push through kinda makes me want to get my act together too.
So I gained new fans, people my age trying to grow up too. Turns out not being perfect isn't the end of the world. I started counting the days till mom came home. Not because I needed her, but because I wanted to look her in the eye and say, "See, I'm doing just fine without you." But the next time this morning, I woke up feeling weird. Like really weird. Something's not right.
What? What happened?
I think I'm dying. Like, seriously dying.
I tried to explain through my panic, and Jinu just stood there, face getting redder by the second. Then he suddenly spun around and bolted.
We have a photo shoot. Let's go.
Shouldn't we go to the hospital instead?
It's normal. Just don't worry about it.
He wouldn't say anything else, so I dragged myself up. Still in full panic mode, trying to hold it together, clutching my stomach, I stumbled into the studio, legs like noodles, but the show had to go on.
Rumi, get it together. You look like you just licked a snail.
I kept posing, but everything fell off. Sharp cramps hit me again and again. Maybe I was dying. I hadn't even gotten to say sorry to mom yet. Then everything tilted and went black. I jolted awake, and the first thing I saw was mom's worried face hovering over me.
I'm sorry, Mom, for being lazy and selfish before.
Oh, honey, just rest. You fainted because you were scared and maybe a teeny bit exhausted from all that hard work lately.
No, I'm seriously sick. Like I'm not gonna make it sick.
Sweetheart, you're just growing up. Your body and your heart.
Eventually, I pieced together the full picture when I saw Jinu on set working the camera like a total pro.
Wait, so you do know what you're doing, but were you two faking it this whole time?
I may have hired him to act clueless so you could learn to be independent.
At first I thought you were just some spoiled diva, so I gave you a hard time. But the more I watched you grow, the more I respected how strong and capable you really are.
Yeah. Flattery is going to save you too. As punishment, you're both eating everything I cook. Today, I'm the chef.
I stormed off to the car all dramatic, like I was still mad. But deep down, I was grateful. For mom and for Jinu. For every messy, frustrating, exhausting moment they put me through. Because all of it made me grow up.
Hi, I'm Alicia, and I'm about to tell you how I met the love of my life. But before we get into that, please like and subscribe. If there's one thing you have to know about me, it's that I wasn't an ordinary little girl. Being raised by a single father who was an ex-army officer does that to you. I had rules, discipline, and responsibility drilled into me since I was very young. And growing up, I found other kids my age really immature.
I don't know why he'd break up with me. I I wore the clothes he liked, woke up at 5 every morning to do my hair because he liked them curly, and pretended to love watching wrestling.
Excuse me, but I need to get that muffin.
Can't you see that I'm crying? My boyfriend just broke up with me.
I'm so sorry. You know, it reminds me of the time my dad took me for this obstacle course, and I twisted my ankle so badly. The doctors told me I'd never be able to walk again, but I didn't lose hope. And here I am.
How is that the same thing?
It's not because that was an actual problem, but yours is just a bunch of high school nonsense. Now move your butt, please. Needless to say, I didn't have a lot of friends, and I didn't care either. My life was all sorted out. Graduate school, get into a good college, work and retire. But then I turned 18 and met Arthur. He was a transfer student from Greece, and boy, was he dreamy. The first time I met him was in gym class. We were playing basketball, and I was so lost in looking at him. I totally missed the ball, and it hit me right in the face. I fell on my butt, and Arthur came running.
Are you okay? You're bleeding.
It's nothing. I'm used to much worse. On second thoughts, I might need a doctor. Arthur smiled and carried me to the nurse's office. The entire time I was there, he sat next to me, and later, he dropped me home. We became friends after that, and slowly, I fell for him. He was smart, mature, and sweet. If there was one guy I wanted to date, it was him. So I decided to ask him out, except I didn't know how. So I turned to YouTube for help, and it did not disappoint. Rule number 1, never let your crush know you're interested in him. Avoid eye contact and do not speak at all. The next day, when Arthur waved at me in the hallway, I wrinkled my nose and turned away. He sat next to me in class, but I didn't pay any attention. But then in the cafeteria, he caught up with me.
Are you avoiding me?
Me avoiding you? Oh, don't be silly. I was just really busy thinking about global warming and how it's impacting the fish population. Oh, that reminds me. I have to water my fish. My plants. I'll see you around. And I just ran before I embarrassed myself further. After that epic failure, I turned to step number 2. Dress up nice and behave like a total diva. And the next morning, it took me 2 hours to get ready. I thought I looked great. Except the moment I entered, everyone started pointing at me and laughing.
Oh my god! Why is she dressed like a peacock?
What is that on her face? Did someone finally punch her for being a know-it-all?
I was so embarrassed, I immediately turned around and ran for the bleachers. I was still sulking when Arthur walked up to me.
If you rub your lips anymore, they're gonna fall off.
This lipstick won't come off. Ugh, it's so annoying.
Let me help you. Also, I'm not saying you don't look good with makeup, but you actually look way prettier without it.
Really? Does that mean you'll go out with me?
Are you serious? I wanted to ask you out for the longest time, but everyone in school told me you're a cold-hearted witch. Cold-hearted girl who hates people.
That's not true. I hate dumb people, there's a difference. So you and I dinner tomorrow?
I'd love to.
My first date with Arthur was perfect, and he told me that his parents were divorced like mine, and he lived with his mom and 9-year-old brother Charlie. We started dating soon after and spent all our time together. People in school were also nicer to me since I was Arthur's girlfriend, and even Dad liked him a lot. Life was just better with him in until things started getting weird. Some days he would come to school looking like a half-dead zombie, and other days he would skip school altogether. His grades were slipping. We were barely seeing each other, and I knew something was wrong. So one day, when he canceled our date, I went to his place with his favorite ice cream. But when I knocked on the door, some kid opened up. Hi, you must be Charlie. Is your brother around?
Is that ice cream? Gimme it.
Hey, that's not very nice. Say, ma'am, could I please have that tub of ice cream repeat after me?
Sure. Ahem. Ma'am, give me the ice cream or I'll kick you.
And Charlie kicked me on my shin, snatched the tub, and ran away. As I yelled out in pain, Arthur came running downstairs.
Alicia, why didn't you tell me you were coming?
When would I tell you? You hardly talk to me these days.
I know, I'm sorry. It's just that Mom's getting married again. The guy doesn't want Charlie in his life, and Mom loves her stupid boyfriend so much that she decided to move out, leaving me in charge.
Why wouldn't you tell me that before?
Because it's embarrassing and I didn't want to drag you in my mess.
I'm already a part of your mess and we'll get through it together. Okay, I know that was a bit cheesy, But Arthur looked like he was gonna break in a million pieces, and I really wanted to help him. Besides, how bad could a 9-year-old be? Turns out, a lot! Because Charlie was a total devil. He would cry over the smallest things, throw tantrums if he didn't get his way, and would constantly butt into my dates with Arthur. We hardly spent any time alone. I was pretty sure he just hated me. Like, one time, I was waiting for Arthur in his living room, and Charlie kept giving me death stares. Something on my face?
I was just trying to figure out how someone can look like a horse and a camel at the same time.
That's kind of mean, Charlie.
And you're kinda ugly. Anyway, have fun on the date. It won't last long.
And 10 minutes into the date, Arthur got a call from the babysitter that Charlie had locked himself in the washroom, and we had to run back. Then another time, it was Dad's birthday, and I had planned a really cool surprise for him. I'd invited all his old friends from the army. Arthur helped me deck up the place, and I was arranging the cake when Charlie walked up to me.
Oh wow, this cake looks yummy. Give me a piece.
Only after my dad cuts it.
But I'm hungry now.
Then eat something else. There's a whole pizza on the counter.
Are you stupid? I said I want the cake.
Charlie tried to get the cake, but I got in his way. He shoved me away, and I accidentally knocked into the cake, which crashed to the floor.
Whoopsie, guess no one gets to eat it.
What happened? I heard some noise.
Your brother ruined my surprise.
I just asked her to give me some cake.
And I asked you to wait.
Relax, Alicia. We'll get a new cake. I'm sure your dad won't know.
That's not the point, Arthur. Your brother is a spoiled brat. He needs some discipline. You put that kid on a leash or I swear I will.
He's my brother, not some dog I can put a leash on. I know he made a mistake, but he's just a kid, you know what? We'll just leave. We wouldn't want to ruin your evening any more than we have.
Perfect! Arthur took Charlie's hand, and they left. I wanted to stop them, but I was too mad. Later that night, when I calmed down, I realized I might have been too rude and called Arthur up, but he didn't answer. He didn't even show up to school the next day, and neither did Charlie. So I went to his place to talk to him and saw Charlie crying on the porch. What's wrong?
Arthur wasn't here when I woke up this morning, and I don't know where he went.
Did you call him?
He left his phone behind.
Then why didn't you answer when I called? Anyway, don't worry, we'll find him. But till then, you're coming home with me.
No, I don't like you.
You don't have to like me, but I'm not leaving you alone till Arthur gets back.
Ugh, so annoying.
We waited the whole day for Arthur to show up or get in touch, but he didn't. By nightfall, I decided to sleep in the lounge and offered Charlie my room. If you need anything. The next morning, Arthur was still a no-show. I couldn't reach his mom either, and then remembered he told me she was out of the country on her honeymoon. Next, I asked his friends and colleagues, but none of them knew where he was. Eventually, I contacted the police, but even a week later, they had no news of him, and I was worried sick. What could have possibly happened to him? Meanwhile, Charlie refused to go to school or shower. He mostly kept himself locked in my room and reacted rudely to any nice gesture I made. I was losing my mind. So I turned to Dad for help, and he promised he'd get a word out to his colleagues in the army to track Arthur down. I still don't know what to do with Charlie. He shuts me down every time I try to talk to him.
He's been through a lot, Alicia. What he needs is some distraction to keep his mind off things. After your mom left, you were all over the place. That's why I built such a strict routine for you, so you wouldn't have time to think about her. Maybe you should do something similar.
I decided to give Dad's advice a shot, and the next morning, I walked to Charlie's room and woke him up. Get up! We're going out!
Is Arthur back?
No!
Then let me sleep and go away.
Nope! You're getting up right now! Charlie resisted, but I dragged him out of bed, and somehow we made it to the bus stop. He kept cursing me the whole way, but I didn't care. And minutes later, we were at our destination, the paintball arena.
I'm not going in there.
Why? Too chicken to lose?
As if you're on.
Charlie and I had a great time at the paintball game, and it was the first time I actually heard him laugh. Afterwards, we went to a trampoline park and jumped our hearts out. By the end, he was so tired he could barely walk. So I called a cab and took him to my favorite burger joint. But he just stood at the entrance and stared. What? You don't like burgers?
No, it's just that this was my favorite place to come with my mom. Every weekend we come here and play our favorite songs at the jukebox machine. And now she doesn't even call me, and Arthur's left me too.
Arthur will be back in no time, I promise you. He loves you a lot, Charlie. And no matter what, we'll always be here for you.
You too?
Yes, me too! Charlie cried and hugged me tight. For the first time, I saw him as a heartbroken kid who just wanted his family back. Since then, Charlie warmed up to me. We'd have breakfast together, and he would always make my bed when I got home from school. He was a lot calmer and hardly threw a tantrum. I couldn't wait for Arthur to come back and see how much progress Charlie had made, but we still had no leads on him. I wanted to be strong, but with each passing day, my hopes of ever seeing him again were getting dimmer, and it broke my heart. Finally, one night, I broke down in front of Dad. I don't think Arthur is coming back, Dad. It's been weeks and no one knows where he is. If he was in town, we would have found him by now. And Charlie? He's lost his mom and might lose his brother too. What can I even say to him?
What?
I turned around and saw Charlie standing at the door.
You've been telling me all along the police will find him. You said you were sure.
No, I'm sure. He's fine. Charlie, I was just...
Stop lying. Why do all grown-ups lie so much? I hate you. All of you.
And Charlie just ran out of the house. Dad said he'd go after him. And as I was sitting in the kitchen, in despair, the phone suddenly rang. It was the police, saying they'd found Arthur in a hospital close to town. I rushed the location and texted Dad on the way. The doctors at the hospital told me that Arthur was brought in a few days back by the forest rangers. Apparently, he went on a hike and got injured. And since then, he'd been in a coma. I was sitting next to him when Charlie walked in with Dad.
How is he?
He hit his head, but he's out of danger. Doctors say there's a very good chance he'll be just fine. Charlie, promise me, no matter what happens, you and I will never fight again.
I promise I will never scream again, and I will always be a good brother. He will wake up, right?
What do you think?
Hi, I'm Ariana from New York. Please like and subscribe. When I opened my eyes to this world, the first person I saw was my dad. And since that moment, I adored him, and he loved me like crazy. He gave me everything a girl could dream of. I loved my mom too, but she was a little harder to like. She had a serious problem. She wanted everything clean. I mean, really clean. Like when I was 4, Dad smudged a piece of birthday cake all over my face and Mom went ballistic.
Oh God, she's all dirty. Now I'll have to bathe her all over again. Why'd you do that, John?
Ah, come on, it's her birthday. We're just having fun.
Mom and Dad would always argue because she was such a clean freak. She took the fun out of everything we did. Once in 2nd grade, my school had a mother-daughter bake-off event, and Mom wore plastic gloves the whole time. And she was so picky about everything.
Are you sure you washed the bowl properly twice with hot water?
Yes, Mom. I washed it like 10 times already. Now can we start baking? Because everyone is way ahead of us.
But these spoons look like they need to be sanitized.
I got so mad that I took the spoon and licked it. There! Now it's sanitized. Mom looked like she was about to freak out. I felt bad, so I got a new spoon and washed it well to ease her mind. But Dad and I had so much more in common. We laughed at the same jokes, watched the same movies, and we enjoyed our PlayStation challenges. Beat you again!
Ah, how'd you become so good?
I learned from the best.
Huh, you got that right.
But my world turned around in 7th grade when my parents decided to get a divorce. I knew they fought a lot, but I hadn't seen this coming. It broke my heart when he moved out. I still saw him every day. And I was slowly adjusting to this new life when Dad dropped another bombshell on me a few months later. He introduced me to his new girlfriend, Amanda. She looked like she was a college graduate, and she was super pretty. I disliked her instantly.
Oh, hi, cutie pie. You're just as adorable as your daddy said. Here, I got you a present.
Why was she talking to me like I was 5? Thanks, but it's not my birthday.
Oh, I know when your birthday is, but one can give presents at any time, right?
I reluctantly pulled out a t-shirt, which was cute, but I just shoved it back in the bag and dropped it on the ground. I don't think we have the same taste. You can return it.
Ariana, you need to be nice to Amanda because she's being nice to you.
And from that day, Amanda was like a pimple that wouldn't go away. Every time I visited Dad, she was there, trying to act like we were a happy family. She also kept smothering me with gifts and her fake love just so I would like her. But I hated her because she took my dad away from me. And even worse, Dad married her a year later. I was still struggling to deal with all of this. So I created a YouTube channel called Dads and Daughters. When I showed it to Dad, he loved it. And every day after school, he'd pick me up and we would create cool ideas together for the show. Once in 9th grade, Dad and I were at a restaurant, and when he went to the bathroom, his phone started buzzing. It was Amanda. You know he's at dinner with me. Can't you let us have some time alone?
Ariana, please give the phone to your dad. I don't have to explain myself to you.
And I don't have to give your message. I hung up and switched off Dad's phone. He didn't notice until the end of dinner that his phone was off, and when he switched it on, he looked shocked at his messages.
Oh my god. Amanda fell down the stairs. She's been trying to get in touch with me for 2 hours.
And when Amanda told him she'd spoken to me, he was furious. He'd never been angry at me before, and now he was practically shouting.
You will apologize to her or I'll cancel our YouTube show. I mean it.
I went up to their bedroom where Amanda was sitting up in bed. I'm sorry, Amanda, I guess. I was about to leave when she suddenly grabbed my wrist.
You better listen to me clearly, Brett. I'm here to stay whether you like me or not. And if you keep behaving this way, you won't be welcome in our house anymore.
It's my dad's house.
And mine. Don't mess with me again, Ariana, if you know what's good for you.
Just then, Dad walked in, and she was all smiles. She was more evil than I thought. She would definitely try to push me out of Dad's life. And just a few days later, Dad told me that he and Amanda had some big news.
You're gonna be a big sister soon, Ariana.
A big sister to what?
Your dad and I are having a baby. Isn't that great?
Did they expect me to be happy? All I felt was anger and heartbreak, but I managed a small smile. Congratulations. And soon after, when the baby was born, Dad looked at her the same way he looked at me and called her his little princess. That's what he used to call me. He was too busy being a new dad to shoot more episodes for our channel, and I decided I needed to stay away from him and his family. Amanda had won. Maybe Mom noticed that I was really downcast because one day after dinner, she said the two of us should go out for ice cream. I could see she was trying to connect, and I agreed. She wore her gloves as usual anytime she went out, but it didn't bother me anymore. I'd learned to accept her the way she was.
So tell me what's bugging you?
I feel like Dad doesn't love me anymore.
Honey, that's not true. You'll always be his little princess.
No, he has another princess now. Mom stayed quiet at that and just hugged me tight, and then she gave me some news.
A girl from Thailand will be attending your school on an exchange program, and she'll be living with us for some time. Are you okay with that?
Mom worked in a company that dealt with exchange students, but it was the first time we'd had one as a guest. As long as I don't have to share my room, I guess it would be cool. A week later, we fetched Macy from the airport. She was a short, cute girl my age, and she was so excited when she saw us.
Hi, I'm Macy. It's so nice to meet you. You're both so pretty.
And the whole ride home, she just wouldn't stop talking.
The flight was so long. I'm so excited about school tomorrow. Have you ever been to Thailand?
No, but
Oh, it's such a beautiful place. You should visit. Maybe when I go back for the holidays, you can come with me. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, it would, I guess. Gosh, I had to live with this chatterbox for the next 12 months. And the next morning, she woke me up at 4 a.m. so that we could go jogging. Couldn't even say no because she was our guest and I was trying to be nice. When I showed Matsy around school on her first day, she spoke to just about everyone. I was quite popular at school because of the YouTube show, and it felt a bit embarrassing that she said anything that came into her head. I could see people laughing at her. Later that day, when school ended, I couldn't find her anywhere. That's when she texted me to come rescue her because some kids had locked her up in the janitor's closet. Listen, Macy's things are different here. People here don't just start talking to strangers, and we don't talk that fast. We let others speak and listen to them.
Okay, so I shouldn't speak?
No, you can speak, just not so much.
Oh, I see. But those girls were really mean to me, and I hadn't said anything mean to them.
I know. People can just be jerks sometimes. When we go out of the school gate, I spotted Dad's car, and he was waving at me. He said he'd been wanting to catch up with me, and I was really surprised and happy. That is, till I saw the new baby was with him. Amanda apparently had an appointment with the doctor, and Dad was taking care of my baby sister, Kara. I introduced him to Macy, and then he took us to the aquarium. Dad picked up Kara from her seat and held her in front of me.
Ariana, can you hold her for a moment?
What? I don't know how to hold a baby.
Don't worry, I can do it. She's so cute.
Thank God for Macy. She looked like she was really good with babies. And then Dad put Kara in her stroller, Macy was excitedly taking pictures of everything, and Dad and I just walked quietly through the aquarium. Things had changed between us, and we didn't have much to say to each other anymore. Just then, his phone rang. It was Amanda. Our trip was over, and he dropped us home.
You don't like your baby sister very much, do you?
I never said that.
Come on, you didn't even look at her. I'm not blind. I can tell when someone...
And suddenly, I just lost my temper. Can't you ever be quiet? I thought we spoke about this earlier. Please just leave me alone. I just stormed off to my room, and I didn't even go down for supper that night. And the next day, I sneaked off to school without Macy. I wasn't really angry with her, just my situation with Dad. When she arrived at school, she left a note on my desk and then quickly sat down. The note read, "Sorry for talking too much." I looked back at her and she smiled. She was an odd person with a big heart, and I couldn't help smiling back. As we sat down during recess, the same girls who'd locked her the day before walked up to us.
Hey, Ariana, you still have your walking-talking parrot with you. Aren't your ears bleeding by now with her non-stop chatter?
No, I really like listening to her, but your voice is giving me a headache. So please go away and get a life. But just then, the girl dunked her juice on Macy's head, and I pounced on her. As we rolled around fighting, Macy came running and sprayed ketchup all over the girl's face.
Don't hurt Ariana, you witch.
We all ended up in detention, but it was totally worth it.
Hey, thanks for standing up for me and saving my butt again.
I should have never told you to act differently. Just be yourself, okay? What a mistake that was. It was hard to stop her, especially when we watched videos together on YouTube. She had a running commentary going the whole time. Soon after, it was my 16th birthday, but Mom wasn't keen on having a party at home because of the mess, so Macy and I just went out to celebrate. As we were shopping at the mall, we bumped into Amanda and Kara. Maisie immediately went all gaga over the baby, but I just stood on the side silently.
Happy birthday, Ariana.
Oh, you must be Ariana's stepmom. It's so nice to finally meet you.
I hated the word stepmom. I didn't want her to be anything to me. Come on, Macy, let's go!
Wait a second. It's funny that I bumped into you. I just bought you a gift.
No thanks. I don't want anything from you.
Why are you always like this? Ariana, I've really tried.
Can you drop the fake nice act, please? The only thing you've tried to do is steal my dad and you succeeded. Have you forgotten that you threatened me?
Ariana, I was angry with you then. I didn't really mean anything.
Before she could finish, I just started walking quickly. I heard Macy
Ariana?
calling my name, but I wanted to get away from Amanda. Suddenly, I heard a scream, and I turned to see Macy slip on something and fall to the ground. I rushed over to her, and she was unconscious. Amanda quickly called an ambulance and went to the hospital with me. I was so anxious as I sat there waiting that I just couldn't stop tapping my foot. Amanda sat next to me and comforted me, and I felt better. The doctor came soon and said Massey had a minor concussion and that she was okay. When I went to her room, she was sitting up in bed. As I sat next to her, Matsy took off the locket she was wearing.
I want to tell you something, Ariana. I had a baby sister too, and she was 3 years younger than me. She was my best friend, and then she died 2 years ago.
My eyes welled up as I looked at her sister's picture.
I carry her around with me everywhere. Love the people around you while you can, so you never have any regrets.
The doctor said she could go home, and I found Amanda was still waiting outside for us. She drove us back home. When we got there, the house was pitch dark. Just as I opened the door, the lights came on, and many people yelled surprise. It was my birthday party, and Dad was there along with my friends from school. Mom, I thought you didn't want to get the house dirty.
Don't worry, I'll sanitize the place once the party's over.
I hugged Mom and Dad, and then I turned to Amanda. Thank you for being there for me today. And I'm sorry for how I've treated you. I really am.
Can I give you your present now?
You already did. I picked up my baby sister and hugged her tight.
After 10 years of trying to get pregnant, the woman finally got the great news. But her happiness was short-lived. The doctor looked straight into her eyes and said,
"Ma'am, your baby has Down syndrome."
Months later, she delivered the baby, and it was me, born completely normal and 100% healthy. Everyone said it was a miracle, and that's what my name means. Hi, I'm Nasa from Alabama. But before I continue my amazing story, click like and subscribe. My dad had a mechanics workshop, and I hardly saw him because he worked so much all the time. Even though Mom came from a rich background, she never helped Dad with money.
Isn't that God's will? A man has to sweat and earn his bread and provide for his family. If you want to eat, you better put food on the table.
Once when I was 3, Mom and I visited him at the workshop. He was fixing a car and asking me to hand him the plier. I didn't know what it was, so I just picked up the entire toolbox and put it in front of him. He was shocked.
How did you do that, Nasa?
Just like that, Daddy. It's easy.
Oh my God, you're so strong. Oh, my daughter. No, it's like you're my son.
Why are you looking so happy, idiot? I don't want a manly daughter. Girls aren't supposed to be delicate. This is what I get. After 10 years of waiting, I'm taking her to the doctor.
The doctor said I was exceptionally strong because my muscle strength and testosterone levels were higher than most girls. But Mom just kept calling me a freak. She decided to leave me with Dad every day at work to help him make more money. 2 years later, Mom gave birth to my little sister, Ella. But she was born with the Down syndrome the doctors had predicted for me. The minute we saw Ella, Dad and I were in love with her, and we made sure she didn't feel different growing up. But Mom just couldn't stop complaining about us.
Why is God so mad at me? First, you came out really weird, and now Ella. I must have done something terrible in my life that I'm getting punished for.
She was trying to feed Ella as she whined nonstop. And suddenly, Ella spat out all the food on her face. Gosh, I loved that kid. Mom also didn't allow us to watch YouTube videos because she said it was a sin to do anything fun. She blocked YouTube. But I found an amazing app that can solve it. I took Ella to my room, and we watched videos all night long. One day, when I was at Dad's workshop, a bus suddenly stopped in front of us, and a man jumped off.
Oh my God, girl! Are you for real? You just lifted those big tires all by yourself? I'm already seeing you as an Olympic weightlifting champion.
The man introduced himself as a sports coach and asked me to join his school in California. He also gave Dad his card and said he'd be waiting for us to tell him when we could leave. Dad was so excited for me, and I felt like I'd just won the lottery. But when I told Mom, she flipped out.
Are you crazy? I'm not trusting a stranger and leaving the place and the wealth God's given me here. No one is going anywhere.
I was super bummed at Mom's reaction, but then little Ella came up to me with a solution.
What if Mom has nothing? Let's throw all her money away.
OMG, Ella, you're a genius. Yes, let's donate Mom's money to charity. I found a charity organization and filled out all the forms online. But suddenly, I started to lose my nerve. Maybe this isn't such a good idea, Ella. I don't think we should do this.
Yes, we should.
With that, she clicked on enter, and in a second, Mom lost all her money. Even Dad's workshop was in her name, and it was gone. She threw the biggest tantrum ever and even threatened the organization to return her money. But they refused, and there was nothing she could do about it. Angry and frustrated, she finally agreed to the last option, going to Cali. And she never knew it was us. When we got there, the coach showed us a small house for rent. He also assured us that he'd get special scholarships for Ella and me, and we'd be going to the same school.
How can you be happy about this, Nasa? You know how Ella is. What am I supposed to do? Go to school with her and guard her from the bullies?
You don't need to do that, Mom. I'll handle it. She's mine. On the first day of school, I dropped Ella in her classroom. When I entered mine, I saw no teacher there, but a girl was catwalking in front of everyone. As I tried to slide past her, she stepped on my foot with her pointed heels. I yelped in pain, but she started yelling at me instead of saying, "Sorry."
You idiot! Why did you bomb my show? I was rehearsing for the beauty pageant contest.
Oh, your show. I thought this was a classroom, not a stage.
Well, you thought wrong. I'm the queen of the school, and I make the rules. And I say the whole world's my stage.
Wow, she seemed crazy and really full of herself. Later that day, Ella and I were eating lunch in the cafeteria when Auntie came over and said we were sitting at her table. Just then, she saw Ella and she started laughing.
Oh, you didn't say you have a sister? Well, I can see why. I mean, you must be so embarrassed by her.
Shut up, Auntie. You're just embarrassing yourself.
You can't talk to me like that. I told you, I'm the queen here, the hottest girl in school.
Why do you have a fever?
I think she does. Ella, let's help her feel better. And with that, I threw a glass of ice-cold water in her face. The whole cafeteria burst into laughter, while Auntie screamed and stormed off. So many people thought Ella was adorable and wanted to be friends with her. Meanwhile, I also started weightlifting practice, and the coach was stunned to see me lifting heavier weights than the boys on the team. One day when I came out of the gym, I saw Ella standing with a sad face outside the dance room. I asked her what had happened, and she cried out,
I don't want to be here. These girls are mean. They don't want me on the team.
I barged into the dance room, and I wasn't surprised to see Ansi there. Hey, why did you tell my sister she can't be on the dance team? What's wrong with her?
What's wrong? Are you blind? It's obvious she can't do fast moves with us, and we don't have forever to teach her. Now be off with your DD dumb sister.
I totally lost it. I walked over to their sound system, pushed over the big speakers, and wrenched out all the wires. As Ella and I walked out, she turned around and locked the door from the outside. That was an awesome moment. But we got caught and ended up in detention. And Mom went nuts when she found out. God, I knew this would happen. Ella is not like everyone, and she can't be with everyone. You were unkind to that girl, and that makes you two sinners. I'm going to go pray now. I don't want to go to hell with you.
Our daughters are not unkind. I'm sure there was a good reason.
But before he could finish, Mom just pushed him aside and stormed off. Mom is just terrible. The next day at school, I looked for Ella during recess and I couldn't find her anywhere. I was running all over the place, feeling panic rise inside. Where could she be? Just then, I spotted a grand piano in the corridor, blocking the janitor's closet. As I stepped closer, I heard Ella crying out for help. Oh my God! Ella, I'm here! I'll get you out, sweetie! With one big push, I swept the piano out of the way and opened the door. Poor Ella came tumbling out in my arms, crying like crazy.
Ansi told me to go inside.
I was gonna destroy that witch. I stormed off to the dance room with Ella, and before I could get to Ansi, Ella ran straight at her, pushing her aside. They both landed on the floor, and just then, a beam fell off the roof exactly where Ansi was standing seconds ago. Oh my God, Ella had just saved Ansi.
I saw it was falling, so
How dare you touch me, you moron! I don't want your disease rubbing off on me!
That was the last straw. I walked up to Ansi and gave her a hard slap. You're a heartless bully, Ansi. You think she's weaker than you, so you pick on her. But here, she is saving your stupid butt after everything you've done. She's got more heart and strength than you ever will. And you could learn a thing or two from her. We all could. Because Ella is freaking amazing. Just then, I turned to see lots of kids had followed us into the dance room, and they were all clapping and cheering for Ella. Everyone started to boo Ansi, and she ran off crying. When we got home, I couldn't wait to tell our parents what a hero Ella had been. But we found the two fighting loudly. I'm not putting up with your embarrassing daughters anymore. My church friends say they are weirdos. Do you know how that makes me feel? I'll stay only if we give them up for adoption. Decide.
That is the easiest decision I've ever had to make. You're a selfish, horrible woman, and you don't know how to love anyone. So please, for the love of God, get out.
Wow! Dad finally spoke up. Mom shouted and cried, but Dad just threw her bags out on the street, and our lives at home became so much happier. The next day when we were leaving school, Ansi suddenly leapt out from behind a tree and spat at Ella. I was about to attack her, when suddenly a well-dressed man stepped in and grabbed Ansi's arm.
What did I just see? Ansi, I can't believe it! How could you be so cruel to this child? You're grounded for a very long time, and you're off the dance team.
Dad, you can't do that!
Keep talking, and I'll ask the principal to expel you myself. Apologize now.
Well, the queen bee finally bowed her head. Also, it turned out that Nancy's dad was a big-shot doctor, and he offered to take over all of Ella's medical bills and help out with any therapy she needed. When Mom heard that Ella wouldn't be expensive now, she contacted us by saying that she was sorry, and she always knew we were special. But we told her to leave us alone. After a year of training, the coach said it was my time to shine. He entered me into many weightlifting competitions, and my medal collection has just begun. And I always have my biggest supporter cheering me on.
So, I married young. Nothing wrong with that, right? I was in love, but Prince Charming was more like boring. And who knew? Humiliating my stepsisters and stepmom would be the start of my troubles. I was a fool to think it would be a happily ever after. Hi! Hey, I'm Cinderella, and I'm from Germany. Growing up was tough. I was stuck cleaning all day, while my spoiled stepsisters, who thought they were big-time influencers with their 10 followers, attended glitzy events. They bossed me around like mean girls. Stepmom never defended me.
Jenny took my book again.
What do you need with a book? You have floors to scrub. Jenny needs it to wedge her window open. You know how her hair gets frizzy in the humidity.
I couldn't figure out why my stepmom treated me like this. She was supposed to have loved my dad, and he would have never wanted her to act this way toward me. I put up with it for ages, until things got interesting. My stepsisters were practically fainting over a massive palace party. Prince Charming was on the hunt for true love, and every girl, including me and my stepsisters, was head over heels for him.
At least my hair isn't frizzy like yours. Do you think he'll notice my wart?
Not unless he's asleep and I'm taking a fan for my hair. Thanks.
Prince Charming was so handsome, always being photographed, holding cute animals. We all had tickets to his party, and I pictured in a stunning ball gown, but I was in for a shock.
Why? You're not going, Cinderella? Only glamorous ladies get to dance with the prince, and your dress looks like it's a thread away from a dish rag. I'll be sure to warn the royal family. You're nothing but trouble.
They all laughed, and I was furious. I'd had enough and wanted my own independence and to find true love. I was just about to pack my bags when my auntie, who'd been out of town for ages, turned up. She had the latest couture dress in her suitcase. You know the rest. Epic glam makeover crush. The royal party, lost my shoe, and boom! Prince Charming goes on a shoe-fitting tour, and the next thing I know, we're married. I couldn't wait to start my new life with my wonderful Prince Charming. Big mistake. Prince Charming was a total fraud. More like Prince Alarming. Take our first royal engagement.
All right, you know the drill. Quick photo op. And if any animal comes up within 1 inch of me, I'll sue.
As it turns out, Prince Charming is allergic to animals. All the cute animals in his photos superimposed. Afterward, he was petting air. The worst part was he followed me around everywhere and was so clingy.
You are the most beautiful girl in the world.
Yep, same as an hour ago. Shouldn't you be examining royal policies or something?
That gets done for me. I can do whatever I like. We can do whatever I like. Shopping again? A holiday?
There's more to life than a pool, always being precise. Precisely 36 degrees. Don't you want to give something back?
The people are fine. What's wrong with enjoying the finer things? You'll never scrub floors again. You just don't believe you deserve it. But I do.
Royal life was not what I expected. Sure, it was fun, splurging on whatever I wanted and hitting up some epic parties. But it all felt so empty. Little did I know things were about to change. It all started with the arrival of my new assistant, Larissa. She was super pretty with flawless skin and those big blue eyes. Most of my assistants were usually a nervous wreck around me, but Larissa was cool and relaxed and seemed to know exactly what I needed even before I did.
Why? Cinderella, are you about to do your speech? You have spinach in your teeth.
Soon, we became good friends. We had a lot in common. I shared about what it was like growing up, how my stepsisters were mean and my stepmom hates me.
My dad only liked my brothers and hated that I was a girl. Said I was useless and not strong and practical like them. So I ran away. But luckily, I found this job. And you?
We goofed around the palace and read books in the library. She was the sister I never had. I even let her take some photos, as normally phones were banned in the palace, but she never posted them online. I totally trusted her. I began to confide about feeling lonely with Prince Charming.
I thought love would make me giddy, just like in the fairy tales.
We all deserve true love. Maybe you just weren't meant to marry the prince.
Then one day, Larissa showed me a photo she'd taken of Prince Charming with another girl. He was holding her arms, and she was wearing this enormous hat and her face hidden.
I'm sorry, but it's better to know the truth, right?
My heart dropped fast as I confronted him.
No, she was just a super fan. Security escorted her off, and I gave her an autograph. I love you.
I'm not sure I believe you. I thought you'd have compassion and integrity. You're not even charming. Maybe Larissa is right and we shouldn't be together.
I'm your true love. I'll show you. Make it up to you.
You do realize you'll have to get out of your gaming chair to do that?
But soon, everything went crazy. The next day, every newspaper and social media site exploded with an article by Larissa Appleton, an undercover journalist who set me up. The witch! She became a huge TikTok star overnight. The article totally trashed me, making it look like I married Prince Charming for his money and to get my own reality TV show. And worse, how I couldn't stand Prince Charming anymore, or royal life. The royals were in an uproar, and protests erupted outside the palace, calling me an unfit future queen. His parents were humiliated and immediately banished me. To my surprise, Prince Charming came with me in solidarity.
You're crazy. You'll lose everything.
A chance for you to see I'm your true love. I know I always say you're beautiful, but it's more than that. Your kindness stood out. You say thank you open doors for people. You make me want to be kinder.
But it was hard to believe him. We moved into a tiny apartment with no money or possessions. I thought I'd give him a chance, but I spent over an hour teaching him how to boil a kettle, during which he managed to blow the electrics. It was tough.
See? This is why you have staff.
I wondered why my fairy tale had turned into such a disaster.
What would Larissa have against me? Was that photo with the other girl even real?
You missed it when her hat fell off and all the frizzy hair spilled out.
That's when I realized the girl in the photo was Jenny, and it hit me. Larissa was actually Carrie. She must have gotten rid of her wart, worn a wig, and used colored contacts. I'd had enough. I marched right over to my stepsister's house to confront them. As soon as the door opened, I was shocked to see my stepmom grinning.
Missing the Muppin broom, are we?
Where are my stepsisters? And I thought we'd moved past all that.
Oh, did you? While you were prancing around on marble floors, we were shunned from society. My daughters had no chance of marrying anyone respectable. And you did nothing for us. No money, no bigger house. Not even a hand-me-down tiara? You should be grateful I didn't throw you out onto the streets.
You treated me like a servant and told me my dreams would never come true.
You see, all this time, I've been patient, biding my time. Then I came up with the perfect plan for revenge, and Carrie and Jenny were all too pleased to play along. I just needed to get you out of the picture so that Carrie could take your place. And once more, I'd have the power and influence I deserve.
But the prince doesn't love Carrie. He loves me.
You are so naive. You think I married your dad for true love?
That's why you treated me so badly growing up. You didn't care about him or me. Well, I won't let you do this to the prince.
I felt so angry. Oh wait, do I have feelings for Prince Charming too?
You're too late. I warned the royals about you at your wedding.
And they feel bad. They didn't believe me. Now we've struck a deal. If you disappear quietly and he marries Carrie.
Larissa won't release her new article tomorrow exposing his hatred for the people and his scandalous baked photos. It'll ruin him and they know it. So if you really love him, go.
Mortified, I stepped back as she slammed the door. I knew I couldn't do that to Prince Charming, and there was no way he'd want to humiliate his family anymore. So he would have to marry Carrie. Just then, there was a knock at the door. It was my auntie. Had she come to magically save me?
No, sweetie. I heard you were still in yesterday's outfit, so I brought you a Chanel. And remember, your dreams can come true.
Auntie dressed me up in a silky pink ball gown, and I hitched it up and ran to the palace. I patted the security dogs and slipped inside, where a huge party was in full swing to introduce Prince Charming's new future queen. There were my stepmom and stepsisters. My stepsisters soaking up the attention and posing for self-selfies. I looked down at my now muddy ball gown. Who was I kidding? It wasn't a queen. Carrie and Jenny had spent their whole lives dreaming of this. Then it hit me. I had my own dreams and deserved them. What was I doing here? I was about to leave when a security guard dragged me up and paraded me inside. My stepmom and stepsister's mouths dropped open.
I was gonna go. Please believe me, don't hurt Prince Charming. I don't want him if he doesn't really love me anyway.
I deserve better, and I hope Carrie will be a great queen. I thought there would be yelling and punching and kicking, but unexpectedly, Carrie bowed her head.
He didn't show. I secretly met him to see if there was any real spark.
You did what?
Even after the wart removal, all he talked about was you. And I want true love too. Honestly, I felt bad as I did have fun when we hung out when we were friends. I'm really sorry.
Do as you're told, Carrie. I want creme brulee and pate for supper, not crumbs.
Mom, you treat us just as bad as you did Cinderella. Everyone. I set Cinderella up and manipulated the article to make her look bad.
The crowd gasped.
When really she'd make a perfect queen one day. So caring and passionate.
But then I turned to see Prince Charming standing there. I was mortified.
It's okay. I'm going. Good luck with Carrie.
To my surprise, he knelt and kissed my hand. Then he addressed the crowd, admitting he doctored photos and didn't give the attention the community deserved. So my stepmom couldn't blackmail him anymore.
But I want to change, and it's only because I met my true love, Cinderella.
I felt all giddy. Jenny and my stepmom stormed off, while Carrie and I shared an awkward hug before she left. Turns out, he really was my Prince Charming after all. As for my stepmom and stepsisters, they moved away and lost a ton of followers. Karma's a digital age beast. And me? I'd still scrub floors if I had to. But let me tell you, everything's a lot more fun when you're wearing a crown. Hello, I'm Annabelle from Maryland. Please like and subscribe. My parents were both computer specialists who worked from home, so they were always around to shower me with their love. They'd throw me big birthday parties in our backyard and invite the whole neighborhood. Everyone around liked us because my parents were kind and friendly. I looked a lot like my mom, but I took my dad's brown hair, which I loved. But once in first grade, some mean girls started teasing me about it.
Hey, Annabelle, how many birds live inside that nest on your head?
Oh God, you have spiders coming out of your nose again.
What? No, I don't.
But it means you look. The other kids started to laugh, and I kind of became popular after that. People thought I was funny. My life in Maryland was good until one day in the 4th grade, I got home from school to find my parents running all over the house and packing.
Annabelle, go upstairs and take only your most important things.
What are we going on holiday?
Annabelle, just go.
I packed my favorite sweater, some gadgets, and my favorite book. I fell asleep reading in the car while Dad drove miles away from our home. Hours later, I woke up in a cabin deep in the wood. Where are we?
This is our new home.
Huh?
Yes, and tomorrow you'll be starting a new day at your new school.
What? I was so confused and angry. My parents had just moved without even telling me. All my friends were back in Maryland, and I left without saying goodbye. When I asked my parents why we moved so fast, they just said it was related to their work and left it at that. The next day, I joined my new school and I made new friends. And my life went on until one day in the 7th grade. Mom and I were in the grocery store when I spotted a man who kept looking at us. I tried ignoring him, but then I saw him making call and I heard those words.
I found them.
Mom! See that man in black? He's been following us. Her face went pale, and suddenly she took my hand and ran out the door. I saw the man chase us, but we managed to escape. And that night, we had to move again. Are you guys going to tell me what's going on?
The kind of work we do, it makes US special.
What do you mean?
We're like undercover detectives.
But detectives are always out searching for things, and you two are always at home on your computers.
Then we're computer detectives.
I knew he was lying, which made me more frustrated, and my parents even told me not to become close friends with anyone. I didn't see the point anyway, since we'd probably just move again. One day, in 10th grade, I was putting stuff away in my locker when this pretty girl leaned against the wall and kept staring at me. Can I help you with something?
Hi, I'm Layla, your neighbor. We just moved in next to you.
I think you're mistaken. I don't have any neighbors.
Yes, you do. We moved into the old abandoned cabin.
Oh, that place. I thought it was haunted.
The ghost of the haunted cabin would like to be your friend.
I laughed and we started hanging out. After that day, I could guess from her worn-out shoes and bag that she wasn't well off, but she always knew who was wearing which brand and seemed to be really into fashion. Her dream was to be a big designer in Paris one day. One day at recess, I caught her looking at the necklace I was wearing, and I asked her if she'd like to try it on.
How does it look?
Better on you than me. It really suits you. Keep it.
Really? Oh, thank you so much.
A few days later, we were walking home when I felt someone was following us. I turned around to see a really cute guy walking a few steps behind. Do you think that guy is stalking us?
Oh, him. He's my brother, Kyle.
Wow, he's cute.
Not you two. Please promise me that you'll never fall for my brother like the other girls. He's such a douchebag.
I promised I'd ignore his existence, which was hard because he was drop-dead gorgeous. Just as Layla and I got to my house, my parents appeared at the front door.
Who is this?
She's my friend from school, and we're also neighbors. Mom and Dad looked at each other, then pulled me inside, slamming the door in Lila's face.
We have to move again.
What? No way! I'm not moving anymore until you guys tell me what's going on. And this time, I want the truth. Don't treat me like a kid. My parents finally told me everything.
We are in witness protection. I testified against the mobsters when you were younger, and that's why we've been on the run ever since.
What? So we're in danger?
Not if we stay clear from people. We just can't trust anyone right now.
My mind started spinning and I couldn't even eat dinner. The thought of being in danger made me sick. Later that night, I was half asleep when I heard some noise downstairs. I quietly crept to my parents' room, but it was empty. Mom, Dad, my heart was beating like crazy when suddenly Layla's brother walked in. What do you want? Did you do to my parents?
What? My dad's van got stuck in the mud and your parents are outside helping him. They sent me to get a crowbar.
Oh, it's by the fireplace. I followed him outside and saw Mom, Dad, Layla, and her parents pushing the van. Once it was done, everyone came to our house for coffee. My parents didn't look so scared anymore, so I guessed we were staying. Just then, Layla sprung up and asked me if we could go to my room. And when we entered, she threw herself on my bed.
Oh, your bed is so comfortable.
Okay. Don't you have one?
No, I sleep on the couch and my stupid brother gets the bed because he's older than me.
I knew they were poor, but I didn't know things were that bad. Why do you hate your brother so much?
Because he gets everything. I mean, parents are always favoring him.
Since Layla started opening up to me, I decided to open up to her too. And I ended up telling her my parents' secret.
Wow. So you and your parents are like special undercover people?
Yeah, you could say that.
That is so cool.
Just then, Kyle came to my door and said they were going home. He looked directly at me while I spoke to Layla, and I blushed. Layla clearly noticed it because as she was leaving, she whispered in my ear,
"Remember your promise?"
The next day at school, the principal had a shocking announcement to make. She said that someone had broken into the cheerleaders' locker room the day before and stolen many wallets, watches, and cell phones.
We have a hooded figure caught on the security footage, and when I identify the culprit, he or she will be expelled. But if you come forward and confess, I'll be willing to consider another punishment.
Later that day, I was in the library trying to reach a book when suddenly Kyle appeared next to me and took it down. I mumbled to thank you and turned to leave, but I suddenly stumbled, and just as I was about to fall, he caught me, and I couldn't help looking into his blue eyes.
What's going on here?
He just helped me get the book. After Kyle was done, Lila walked with me quietly down the hallway, but then she suddenly stopped.
I have to tell you something, Annabelle. I think Kyle stole all the things the principal was talking about.
What? Why do you think that?
Because he's done it before in our old school.
I was shocked. Layla stayed back for some after-school club that day. And as I was walking back home, Kyle, suddenly joined me.
We could walk together, if you don't mind.
Okay, if you insist. He tried striking up a conversation, but I kept my answers really short. Just then, I tripped on a rock and he caught me before I hit the ground, but I quickly pulled away.
Annabelle, did Layla say something about me?
As a matter of fact, she did. Did you steal all that stuff from the cheerleaders?
Gosh, no, I'd never do that. Listen, Layla hates me because our dad left her mom from my mom. She's been making my life miserable since forever by making up awful stories about me.
He looked so genuine that I couldn't help believing him. We took a walk by the riverside and spoke some more, and I felt butterflies every time he looked into my eyes. And when he dropped me home, he gave me a quick kiss on the cheek. I couldn't stop thinking about him the whole night, but the next day at school, Layla approached me, looking upset.
I thought you were a good friend, but I guess you're more desperate to be with my brother. Yeah, I came home early and I saw that kiss.
Wait, Layla, please! But she stormed off and ignored me the whole day. After school, I saw her by her locker and walked up to her, and she looked startled. Before she could shut her locker, a couple of watches fell to the floor. Where did you get these? And what else do you have in there?
They're mine, of course, and none of your for business.
You stole those from the cheerleaders.
No, I didn't. I found these things in Kyle's room, and now I'm returning them before he could sell them, and I'm covering his butt. See what a good sister I am.
Stop lying. If you don't confess to the principal, I'll tell her. Suddenly, Layla dropped to her knees, crying.
Okay, yes, I took them. I have a problem. I can't help it. I want to be able to afford beautiful things, and sometimes when I see the girls here with their branded stuff, it makes me feel crazy. I know it was wrong, and I'll go to the principal tomorrow, okay? But please don't tell anyone yet, especially Kyle.
I promised that I wouldn't, and I said I'd go to the principal with her, and everyone had to bring their parents for the first class. As my parents explained their fake computer job to my classmates, Layla suddenly spoke up.
Your computer specialists? Well, that's not what your daughter says. In fact, she makes up these tall stories about how you're undercover detectives who testified against the mobsters, and now you're on the run. Clearly, Annabelle has a lying and attention-seeking problem.
My parents' faces turned white, and I just couldn't believe Layla had announced my secret. They signaled at me to come out, and Layla leaned over and whispered,
"See you never again."
My parents were furious that I told Layla everything. I'm so sorry. I thought I could trust Sir. We frantically started packing, but just as we were leaving, we heard a screeching car coming towards our house, but it was a police car.
We were alerted by someone that you might be in danger, but we came here to tell you that the threat to you guys is gone. The mobsters who have been after you were arrested earlier this week, and just today they were sentenced to life in prison. You're safe now.
My parents and I were overjoyed. We didn't have to run anymore, but I certainly had some business to take care of in school. Went back and marched straight to the principal, and moments later, she ordered Layla to open her locker. All the stolen items were found. Her parents were called in, and she was expelled. She turned furiously to her dad.
It's all your fault. You made me crazy by leaving. Mom, am I always giving everything to Kyle and not me?
Your mom and I got divorced because that's what we both wanted, and Kyle works 2 jobs to help me. He has things because he earns them while all you do is complete.
As Layla was storming off, she suddenly leapt at Kyle, but I pushed her back. Her dad took her away, and soon after, I found out that Layla had been sent to live with her mom. Kyle asked me out, and we dated all throughout high school. After we graduated, I was going to study abroad. A few hours before my flight, I met Kyle at our favorite spot by the river.
I got you something. Close your eyes.
He put something around my wrist, and I saw that it was a silver bangle with our names carved on it. Wow, this is beautiful.
Yeah, no more charm bracelets. I don't want you getting stuck on another boy's sweater.
Never. I like being stuck right here, and I'll be coming back to you, Kyle.
Hi, I'm Sasha, and I have a crazy story to tell you. But before I do, please like and subscribe. When I started basic school, I hardly ever talked to anyone. I was so shy and quiet that some of my classmates thought I was a dummy. My kindergarten teacher even told my parents to take me to a doctor and find out what was wrong with me. But Dad completely lost his temper with her.
Are you dumb? She is too beautiful for there to be anything wrong with her. Why don't you save your advice for some other real dumb kid?
But my shyness just didn't go away. I didn't talk much to my classmates, and they thought I was a snob. As if. But no matter what, my shyness just didn't go away. I didn't talk much to my classmates, and they thought I was a snob. As if, once, when I was in the 1st grade, some of my classmates asked me to share my candy with them. But I just stared back at them and didn't reply.
Who do you think you are, you dumb girl? I said. Give us candy.
I didn't say a word and started walking away. They got angrier and circled me. Suddenly, I opened my mouth and let out an ear-splitting scream. They were so shocked to actually hear my voice that they just stood there stupidly, and I managed to escape. But at home, I was a completely different person. I was super chatty and an awesome storyteller. In fact, sometimes my parents begged me to stop talking because I was giving them headaches. Once, I kept them awake all night, telling them a story I had in my mind about some princess. And because I didn't know how to write well, they spent all night writing it for me. It ended up about 90 pages long.
I will do this every night, sweetheart. I can't believe I have such a beautiful daughter in my life.
Dad just worshipped me because I was pretty. Mom was different and loved me no matter what. I was still too shy to talk outside my home. But people never stopped trying to become friends with me. And I know why now. It's only because they thought I was cute. But I had to admit, I kind of liked it. When I was in the 3rd grade, one boy threw a piece of paper at me that said, "Your smile makes me happy, but your words make me happier." Can I hear them? I blushed, and from that moment, I tried to talk more. So I made new friends and also started taking part in different school activities. When I was in the 8th grade, my parents helped me publish my first short novel. But it was a failure, and people didn't like it. I got sad. Dad didn't take it well and sued the publishers saying it was their fault. But of course, he lost the case, and I decided to take a break from writing. Until one morning when our class teacher walked into the classroom with a tall, athletic boy. It really looked like the boy wasn't too happy to join us.
Everyone, welcome your new classmate, Liam.
Liam had a deep frown and a stupid smile at the same time. He had this funny Grinch face. The teacher told Liam to take a seat right next to me, and I gave him a friendly smile.
That's the ugliest smile I've ever seen. Have you heard of toothpaste? I can buy it for you. If you don't have money, you can pay me back. Maybe with a kiss.
Oh, wow! I was about to respond when the teacher started the lesson. It was a French lesson, and he looked completely blank. Hey, do you need any help?
From you? You don't look very smart. And I don't need help from a girl when I can use Google Translate on my phone. So buzz off.
What a jerk! The next day, when the teacher returned the assignments, Liam looked really angry to see a big F on his.
What kind of dumb school is this? How can Google be wrong?
I took a look at his paper and burst out laughing. That's not even French, you idiot! You translated the whole thing to Spanish! He crumpled up his assignment into a ball and threw it at my face. but I couldn't stop laughing. Boy, how could someone be this stupid? I figured out soon enough that Liam wasn't interested in learning or making friends. Eventually, the whole school realized that Liam was just interested in bullying others. Sometimes, he would snatch students' lunch and threaten to beat them if they reported him. I was one of those unlucky students. But after the third time he did it, I reported him to the principal and he was put in detention. When Liam returned from detention, he looked straight into my eyes.
You are going to pay for this.
Well, you should know your limits. If you ever try to bother me again, I swear you will regret it. And I might even tell Dad.
Aw, Daddy's daughter, look at me. I'm so scared. Oh, Mommy, hug me.
Once he tried to knock my books out of my hands, when suddenly a bunch of boys behind him came and said,
Dude, why are you being like this with a pretty girl like her?
Wait, what? So if I wasn't pretty, that would be okay?
Well, pretty girls deserve special treatment, you know. So now we're all here to stop him. He can't annoy pretty girls.
Well, thanks for your caring, but girls can defend themselves. And I pushed through them and left.
Told you guys, girls are crazy, especially the pretty ones. Now get lost, all of you, or else.
Liam did whatever he wanted. It seemed he wasn't afraid of anyone, not even the principal. I really hated him. One rainy day, Liam came to school completely drenched, and it seemed like he'd fallen sick. He was shivering non-stop, and the principal said he'd call his parents to take him home. But to everyone's surprise, Liam screamed,
No, I'm fine. I don't want to go home. Please let me stay.
You have to go home and rest.
No, I don't. I could run a marathon right now, just some water, and I'll be good to go.
Later at recess, I found him huddled on the bleachers, and he was hugging a worn-out teddy bear. Dude, is that a stuffed toy?
Don't insult Mr. Smith.
Oh, he has a name? Is he like your little baby? Is he adopted or did you give birth to him?
Shut up, can't you leave me alone?
You're sick and you need to go home.
You look much, prettier when you're quiet. Now stop acting like you care.
Have to be like this. I'm trying to be nice.
Who asked you? Mind your own business.
As soon as he was fine, he went right back to being the jerk he always was. I started writing about him in my notebook. Liam was such an interesting person for a villain. I couldn't believe that having someone as horrible as him in my life was actually making me want to get back to writing. One day when I was leaving the cafeteria, Liam blocked my way and demanded that I give him my lunch. We're not in kindergarten, idiot. And I ate it. And I'm not afraid of you. Now shoo. As I walked past him, he suddenly pulled at my bag and everything spilled out. A couple of boys immediately ran over to help me, and I gathered my stuff and left angrily. What an immature jerk. When I went home, I found out that my notebook was missing. I rushed straight to the locker the next morning and was going through all my stuff frantically when I heard Liam.
Behind me looking for this?
Give that back, you jerk! He threw it at me, giving me that stupid smile of his.
Got what I needed.
And with that, he walked away. I had no idea what he was up to, but I found out soon enough. Later that day, the whole school was gathered in the gym for a lecture on fire safety. As we stood waiting around for it to start, suddenly, Liam jumped onto the stage and tapped the mic for everyone's attention.
Ha ha ha. While we are all gathered here to talk about our safety in school, I just want to say, I don't feel safe at all. How can I when I have a stalker right here?
Oh no, 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 no. Just then, the large screen behind him flickered and images from my notebook showed up. As the sketches and the things I'd written about him flashed on the screen, I wanted to disappear.
And it's none other than the girl everyone adores. Sasha, she's obsessed with me. Guess just because you're pretty on the outside doesn't mean you can't be a total creep inside. So everyone be careful. You might wake up someday to find yourself a villain in her novel. She's cuckoo.
As everyone's eyes turned to me, I could feel panic rise in my chest.
But it's okay, sweetie. I can still be your boyfriend. Want to hang out sometime?
As I ran out of the gym, I turned around and said, "You're bad. I hate you." As I walked into the school the next day, my legs were trembling. I just stared down at my feet as I entered the classroom. The lesson started, and when the teacher asked me to read my essay out loud, I just looked down and shook my head. Just as everyone was leaving for the cafeteria, Liam hung back.
Hey, Sasha, are you okay? If this is about the gym thing, everyone knows it was just a harmless joke.
I just stared at him silently with angry tears and walked out of the school. This time, he responded and looked a bit guilty. Liam didn't come to school the next few days. I don't know why, but I actually felt worried. One day, he finally showed up. Hey, I still don't like you, but I made sure to make notes for you when you came back. And no, girls aren't dumb. We can be emotional sometimes, and that's something we're proud of. Just then, to my shock, Liam broke down and started to cry.
Sasha, I'm really sorry. I don't know why I'm this way. I just act out because of things going on in my own life.
Then he told me about how his mother had passed away when he was 6, and he was left all by himself with his stepdad.
He's mean and stupid and doesn't even take care of me. And one day, when I'm old enough, I'm gonna punch him in the face.
I finally saw why Liam was like that. He was just a frustrated kid who needed help. Next day, during lunch, Liam jumped on one of the tables and announced something. Everyone got quiet and listened to him.
Hey everyone, I'm just here to apologize for everything I did to all of you. I still think some of you are weird, and I don't like most of you, but that didn't give me the right to treat anyone like that. So, as they say in French, lo siento.
Dude, that's Spanish. Just get down. Everyone burst into laughter, and Liam gave me a hug.
Thank you for lighting up my life. I promise I will become a better person. No, not really. Only under one condition: make me the irresistible, handsome, great hero in your novel.
Helping Liam become a better person is my greatest achievement. Now he is a medical doctor with a beautiful wife, and he named his child Sasha after me. And now I'm a famous writer.